back, my Metal Militia friends, for week 2 of meal planning, meal prep, and a healthy diet. Today we're going to talk about an interesting subject, which is inflammation. To go back and recap quickly from last week, we talked about calories. How many calories you need to maintain weight, lose weight, or gain weight. Now that only works correctly if we reduce the inflammation in our system. And today, I'm going to talk to you about what foods to avoid not to increase inflammation and a bunch of other crap for our system. So we're going to start this off with sugar. As you can see, this sugar container isn't even open because we don't have it in our house, as along as with these other products like butter and lard and this salad dressing and this box of bagel bites. So sugar is what we call an empty calorie, and this is the first thing we should all completely avoid as much as possible. Sugar has no benefit to our body. An empty calorie means you're eating it and it does nothing for you, okay? So if you take a sugar container and you look at what's in it, there's no vitamin A, there's no vitamin B, there's no vitamin C, there's no vitamin D. There's no magnesium, there's no potassium, there's no protein. There's literally nothing here to help us. All this is gonna do is make our pancreas produce more insulin, which not the good kind of insulin where, some lifters use insulin to, gain some muscle and get stronger. This isn't that. Our body produces that insulin to bring our blood sugar levels back down because it's dangerous for us to have high blood sugar levels. Just like a diabetic, they take insulin, or sometimes they'll take a pill form to bring their blood sugar levels down because that's harmful to our body. So at all costs, avoid sugar. And I'm talking about candy, cupcakes, any of these, the sugar in the coffee, the sports drinks like a Gatorade and things of that nature. That's not good for you. Avoid sugar, and mainly the reason is because sugar creates inflammation. And when we have inflammation, we can't absorb nutrients and all the supplements and the things that we take and we do. So one thing to tip, you might have inflammation and not even know about it. So some of us in the morning, we wake up and we're like, man, I just can't eat in the morning. Well, that isn't because it's like genetics or just who you are. That's because you have inflammation in your stomach and your intestines, and your stomach is like, dude, just leave me alone for a little bit. So stay away from the sugar. Now, I don't suggest trying to cut everything from your diet at once. We start with one piece at a time. So the first thing should be sugar. We should keep ourselves away from sugar. And then number 2, these kind of all fall in the category number 2, vegetable oil. Our body doesn't know what vegetable oil actually is. So we've been around for thousands of years, and vegetable oil has been around for about 100 years. And it's not made with vegetables, by the way. Vegetable oil is really extracted from seeds and all sorts of things. And what happens is they put chemicals on it to pull the oils out, and this just, your body has no clue what to do with this. Like vegetable oil right here, it's like the 3rd ingredient. It is just horrible for you. It's kind of like a burglar being in your house. Like you start to panic and you know what to do. Your body does the same with vegetable oil. Frozen foods and canned foods. These are the worst. Now, I'm not talking about frozen vegetables with all the additives in it because I have a freezer full of them. Frozen foods such as these things made with a bunch of crap and MSG and a bunch of salt, and they're good for like 10 years. The rule of thumb is the longer something is good for, the worse it is for you. So if you take a banana and you open a banana from its the skin and you put it on the counter, it starts to turn brown right away. And that's an inclination that food is better for us. Now, if you go to McDonald's and you buy a cheeseburger, go ahead and put it on the counter for a week or a month. It doesn't even start to rot. And that's the same of what this is. Like, this isn't natural, it's not pure, and it's not good for you. So lastly is butter and lard. There aren't a lot of nutritional values here either. We do need fat to absorb our fat-soluble vitamins, but we do that with different fats. 1 tablespoon of this is 100 calories. Now, I know we say, hey man, we eat a lot of calories, we get big and we get strong. we want to use those calories that we have available, that we can consume a day, to eat really good foods to make our bodies function correctly. So if you could get rid of sugar first, and then start cutting back on these 4 things. And then the next thing would be processed and refined carbohydrates. That's a really hard one for a lot of people to cut. So you might maybe not go crazy on that. I would start again by slowly getting rid of some of this stuff. As you all know, I'm not huge on supplements, but I don't really view this stuff as supplements because pretty damn natural. And these things will reduce inflammation. Again, these are creating inflammation, which is making it really hard for our joints in recovery and to absorb nutrients in our supplements. This stuff here will actually help us speed up the way inflammation is. So a lot of us do not have meal plans, and we're not doing a great job right now eating. For those of you who are, high five, great job. But my favorite, CBD oil. CBD oil, it is natural. You do have to watch what you're taking because the THC. But I take HempWorks 500. It is fairly expensive, but it's amazing, and this bottle will last me a long time because I do about half the recommended dose. Great for anxiety and joint pain and memory, staying relaxed, and again, inflammation. Now, fish is really great, especially like salmon because of the omega-3s. I do take an omega-3 supplement because with the mercury and stuff in fish, we don't know how much we're getting. This is filtered to get rid of that mercury, and it's tested. So I do omega-3s, great for the skin, great for the brain, and great for inflammation. And next, apple cider vinegar. This is awesome to start the day with. You do a tablespoon of it and 4 to 8 ounces of water. It does kind of taste like a wine that went bad, but it's again good for digestion, to clean up the stomach and the intestinal tract and get you absorbing what we're eating. And then finally, I wouldn't suggest go ahead and go out and eat extra virgin olive oil, but what this does is it doesn't cause inflammation like the vegetable oil does. So if you're going to make a salad dressing and we talk about oil and vinegar or something of that nature, make it extra virgin olive oil, and of course replacing the butter when we're cooking and things of that nature. So extra virgin olive oil, CBD oil, apple cider vinegar, omega-3s, those are great for reducing inflammation on top of a great diet, but we're not quite there yet because we've got a lot of weeks to go until we're functioning correctly. And stay away from, again, number 1, the sugar, the vegetable oils, the butters, and canned and frozen boxed up foods. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you all for joining. I look forward to the next couple weeks where we start cooking and doing some really cool stuff over here. And we're going to make meal planning really simple. But again, just cut this out of your diet. All right, guys. We'll see you soon.